Britney Spears' sister Jamie Lynn's new book Things I Should Have Said includes an alleged text message from the pop star. In her book, Jamie Lynn wrote that Britney allegedly texted her, "I know it's not your fault and I'm sorry for being so angry at you. Although I'm your big sister, I need you more than you need me and always have," according to Just Jared. Jamie Lynn also accused her older sister of throwing her to the proverbial media wolves in the book, despite her attempt at protecting her as she claims she always have. Jamie Lynn said after the alleged text in the book, "I pray for the day she shares these world," via Just Jared. Adding, "I have no control over anything the media reports and cannot be held responsible for something I have absolutely no control over." In her book, Jamie wrote that Britney's June 2021 testimony where she called the conservatorship abusive led to her on the receiving end of death threats, critical social media comments and negative press, according to Page 6. The outlet reported that Jamie wrote in her book, "I continued to protect her until just recently when she decided I didn't need protecting and threw me to the proverbial media wolves." She also claimed that she only ever had Britney's back when she was growing up, adding in her testimony chapter of her upcoming book that at no point did my sister lift the veil on what or who is truly responsible for her challenges. Jamie added that Britney's diatribe assigns blame outward without any self-reflection and her impassioned statements included the wrongdoings of everyone involved, without any reference to herself. Despite the war of words on social media with her sister, Jamie Lynn insisted that Britney is a mother figure whom she will always love and support despite their differences. In the excerpt from Page 6, Jamie Lynn also wrote, "I have no skin in this media spectacle other than dealing with the shrapnel her explosive testimony blasted my way, but that pales in comparison to the heartbreak in my older daughter's eyes as she hears the whispers amongst her peers." Jamie Lynn has two children, Maddie, 12, with Casey Aldridge, and Ivy, 3, with current husband Jamie Watson. On Saturday, Britney tweeted a new statement to her sister Jamie Lynn as their online feud raged on. The 40-year-old previously denounced Jamie Lynn as a scum person for telling crazy lies about her in her upcoming memoir called Things I Should Have Said. In her new statement, Britney struck a more conciliatory tone, repeatedly telling Jamie Lynn she loved her, but she also accused her sister of treating her like nothing, and of waiting days to respond to her phone calls while she was allegedly sent away for 4 months during her conservatorship. Jamie Lynn, "I don't think your book is about me at all. I said some harsh things because you obviously hurt me by the things you are making up about me," Britney previously wrote. "When I said only a scum person would make up things like that about someone, I could have sworn I said but you're not, but it doesn't make sense at all to me what you are saying," she continued. "I know you worked hard for the life you have and you have done amazing. But I think we would both have to agree to the fact that the family has never been remotely as hard on you as they have been on me," she declared. "What Dad did to me, they don't even do that to criminals, so for you to sit back and act completely aloof to what has happened to me is honestly insane to me. Do you know anybody who worked as hard as I did and the hours I put in during those 13 years only to be sent away for 4 months for no reason at all?" Britney claimed, "It took them years to give me a cup of coffee. People who have killed people and are in jail or on death row can have as much coffee as they want, so why the hell was my own family hiding coffee from me? You guys treated me like nothing and that's not even half of it. I'm honestly shocked Dad isn't in jail." Britney pleaded, "Come on. We are supposed to have each other's back, but what you're saying just truly confuses me. All I know is I love you unconditionally." The toxic singer went on. So go ahead and say whatever you want. It's so tacky for a family to fight publicly like this. You say you love me, yet your loyalty is still with the people that hurt me the most." She continued, "I think the thing that saddens me the most is that when this all happened to me and when I called you from that place, you would take days to respond. I never got to talk to you." Britney wrote accusatorily, "You would just text me days later and I was so scared. I needed you, my family, my blood and your support more than anything. You guys did absolutely nothing until a year ago. Roping in their brother," she claimed. "I said something on Instagram and you and Brian showed up at my house, because of an Instagram post." Britney exclaimed, "That makes me the saddest. Why? Because I needed you way before that, and the fact that you and Brian showed up laughing at my gate instead of knowing you should have been here way before that makes me very sad. I don't care anymore." She told her sister, "Say whatever you want to say, just know I do know your real heart more than anyone. It's your life and you deserve a beautiful life." The pop star concluded, "I wish I would be able to do what you're doing and do interviews. I'm scared of all of it. I admire you for being strong, just know I love you and I think you know that already more than anything." Jamie Lynn posted a response on Insta Stories, writing, "Britney, just call me. I have attempted many times to speak to you directly and handle this privately like sisters should, but you still choose to do everything on a public platform." Britney's little sister added, "In the meantime, please stop continuing the narrative that I haven't been there for you or that I'm making things up." She went on, "I'm happy to share how many times I've reached out to you, supported you and tried to help you. This is embarrassing and has to stop. Love you." Last year she succeeded first in having her father Jamie removed as her conservator and then in being released from her conservatorship altogether. Britney's conservatorship lasted an overall 13 years, dating back to her notorious breakdown that occurred in 2007 and 2008. In a scathing Instagram post this past October, after being freed from her conservatorship, Britney wrote that at some point in the past she had been kept in a house that feels really small for 4 months. She wrote that she had been allowed no car, no phone, no door for privacy and was made to work around 10 hours a day 7 days a week and give tons of blood weekly with never a day off during her stay. In her book, Jamie Lynn alleged that Britney once locked the pair in a room and chased her around with a knife. Jamie Lynn described her sister's behavior as erratic, paranoid and spiraling. In response to the new allegation, Britney wrote on her social media, "Jamie Lynn. Congrats babe. You've stooped to a whole new level of low. I've never been around you ever with a knife or would I ever even think to do such. The only knife I ever saw you with at home was cutting the biggest pieces of squash I ever saw in my life and it was way too big for me to cut. So please stop with these crazy lies for the Hollywood books. Now and only now I do know only a scum person would make up such things about someone. I'm actually very confused about you making that up because it's honestly not like you at all." She went on, "Around the kids? Jamie Lynn, seriously? Come on. Congrats on introducing your older sister the concept of getting low. Lower, lowest. Because you win on that one, babe." The astonishing knife claim was revealed during a conversation with Juju Chang on Wednesday's Nightline, where Jamie Lynn was asked why she included it in her memoir. Talking about the alleged incident further, Jamie Lynn added, "I was scared. That was a moment I had. I also was fearful to really say anything because I didn't want to upset anybody, but I also was so upset that she didn't feel safe." In a separate alleged incident, Jamie Lynn claimed Britney began screaming in her face, years later. She cursed at me and so I just walked out of the room. We're all family, I'm not trying to argue. When I tried to remove myself from the situation, that's when I guess she got really angry and my oldest daughter tried to mediate the situation. I hated that, Jamie Lynn claimed. That's not what you're supposed to do, you're 12. My parents told me I can't upset Britney. I'm like, you saw me and my children get upset, when will that matter? Britney has not been impressed with Jamie Lynn's publicity trail of her tell-all memoir. On Thursday night, she posted a similar rant the day before, where she revealed she felt so ill she might die while watching her sister Jamie Lynn promoting her explosive memoir on GMA on Wednesday. Taking to the microblogging site, the superstar penned a lengthy prose explaining that she was sick with a 104-degree fever while begging her security to get her medication, before explaining her illness was the only reason she could surrender to not caring about Jamie Lynn's claims about her crazy behavior. Britney specifically refuted Jamie Lynn's allegation that her behavior had been erratic, paranoid and spiraling over the years, which Britney labeled as an attempt to sell a book at my expense, as their family rift rages on in the wake of Britney's successful attempt to have her father removed as her conservator. After Jamie Lynn sent shockwaves with her interview with Juju Chen, Britney blasted in her post while also documenting her own illness. In the Twitter post, the raging criminal singer wrote, "My sister said was that my behavior was out of control. She was never around me much 15 years ago at that time. So why are they even talking about that unless she wants to sell a book at my expense? Really?" She spoke about her illness, revealing that she watched the interview with a 104-degree fever. And it was actually kind of nice having a fever so high cause I had to surrender to not caring. She said, "I just couldn't give a FK but my head hurt so bad. Of course I'm a drama queen if I get sick so I think I am dying. I'm not even joking, my body had chill bumps everywhere. Like I was freezing yet my body was extremely hot and I couldn't move. It was pretty intense. I'm fine today, just sore and the fever has made my head extremely sensitive. I also couldn't even touch my own body, my skin was too sensitive." In the GMA chat, Juju asked Jamie Lynn to explain the drama around her tribute to Britney at the 2017 Radio Disney Music Awards where she performed a medley of the singer's biggest hits. Jamie Lynn had told Juju that she's since spoken to Britney, who'd said back in July that she didn't like her younger sister showing up to an award show and performing my songs, and that she believes Britney is no longer personally upset with me over the performance. Britney appeared to quash any notion of an alleged reconciliation by giving a lengthy explanation as to why the tribute performance angered her so much, even going as far as to suggest that Jamie Lynn has had her successes handed to her over the years. She wrote, "I know it may sound like a silly thing to most people but I wrote a lot of my songs and my sister was the baby. Jamie Lynn never had to work for anything. Everything was always given to her. If you were me, you might understand asking for 13 years for remixes to go into a small venue show and on tours. 13 years older they assign me as the mother of all. Heart of gold, Britney sitting there seeing a 15-minute performance of everything I have ever wanted. But see, I always was the bigger person." She went on to blast her entire family, including Mother Lynn and her father/former conservatorship Jamie, who all got to do it and play me as she sat there and took it, writing, "But see now it's a joke, the last thing I would ever do is ask for what was just given to her. So yes, they did ruin my dreams." Britney said she had once asked my sister why she did that when she knew I was waiting to change my show, and her words were, "Well, it wasn't my idea. Hope your book does well, Jamie Lynn. I won't be doing Instagram for a while." The media, this business has always been extremely hateful to me. I've given enough. More than enough. I was never given back ever what I want. They say in the Bible, ask and you shall receive. Not in my life.